við erum ennþá í Valandi, hjá bóndabílinu. Við erum ekki komin ennþá í skóginn. Núna greinist í 2 vegi og nú fyrir við að koma í skóginn.
Ok.
Nú komum við í skóginn. Hérna er skilin, sko. Hérna fyrir að byrja í okkar land, þeirra land. Hérna er svona kort. Við erum hér, red dot, þar sem við erum. Svo keyrum við hana upp og förum að Geiraseli. Fyrst keyrum, það er vondurvegur lengra upp, en ég ætla að keyra með ykkur að Geiraseli og svo tilbaka hina leiðin og svo alla leiðin niður í Kvennabrekku.
Ok.
Alveg lengst burt og svo tilbaka, þannig að þið sjáu þið í allt.
Ok, flott. She's just going to show us everything around.
Oh, that's great.
Vegurinn er ekki góður af því að rennur alltaf vatn á vorin, hann verður hálf ónýtur alltaf, þannig að þetta er svona jerpavegur. Steep road. Skógræktin á Fosselsskóg, við leigjum af skógræktinni.
Oh, ok.
Við eigum ekki Fosselsskóg.
Ok.
Skógræktin á Fosselsskóg, en við erum með hana til umræða til 50 ára, ég man ekki hvernig það endar.
So the Icelandic Forest Service owns this forest, not the association. They're just renting it, basically.
Or holding it for them. I don't remember, it's some 20 years still or something. Hérna voru kindur þangað til í hitti fyrra. Hérna voru allstað kindur, sheeps.
There were lots of sheep born here.
Hann hættur að vera með kindur.
But they stopped.
Svo þess vegna, þá þurfti alltaf að opna hlið. Það var ennþá verið að komast í Fosselsskóg.
So there were lots, going there.
I'm curious, what, as the chairman of the association, what do you have to do?
It's every chairman does what he wants to do, I think. I mean, you can let others do more or less. But the others, well, I'm not so good at letting others do so many things. So, well,
Oh, you're doing
they
it
do
yourself?
other things, of course. There is one who keeps around the money, and then is one who writes down when we meet in our meetings. But mostly I do the other things. And we have now a new man who takes care of them. Þetta er Vésteinn á Vaði, besta heilsubáðum fyrst hann er hérna. Þetta er bóndinn Vaði. Það verður að segja halló fyrst ég sé framan í þig. Það verður að heilsa þér fyrst þú ert þarna. Ertu fann að taka upp kartöflur? Já, aldeilis flott heit hjá þér.
Is he growing potatoes here?
Yes, he's growing potatoes.
Oh.
They grow very good this summer. Heima hjá mér þýðir ekkert að vera með kartöflur. Af því heima hjá mér þá frýs alltaf. Það frýs kannski júní, kannski júlí og kannski ágúst.
Það frýs?
Frost.
Oh, yeah.
Og þá fallur grasið og þá verða svo litla kartöflunar af því að frýs grasið.
Yeah, okay. It frosted a lot, so it gets so many potatoes.
By my house, but not here. It hasn't been raining for 6 weeks. Everything is so dry. It has rained maybe 2 days and very little these days, so everything is very, 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 very dry. It's very stupid. It's the first time in our lifetime.
Really?
Yes, it's the first time ever since they began to make a weather report. It has never been so good weather and so dry in this part of Iceland. It has never been so high temperature, so for a long time, and no rain in east and in northeast.
That doesn't seem good for the trees.
It's not good for also not for the grass. No, nothing. No. And then more is blowing up of the land. The next wind will take it away then. It's dry earth. ber, þessi.
She's gonna get some berries. Ertu að segja tindjaber? Tindja.
Hrútaber, ha.
How do you say to pick berries?
Að tína ber.
Tínaber.
Tína.
Já.
Pick, tína. Tína ber. Mörg tré orðin brún af því það svo þurrt. Það voru tréðna áðan sem voru brún, birki. Af því það alltaf þurrt.
Já, haustar kom inn.
Nei, það ekkert á haustinu, það á þurrkinum.
Okay.
Það vantar vatn þess vegna orðin brún.
Okay, so all the birds are so brown, not because the
See these
fall is
ones?
coming, but because there is no water.
Because they need more water. Many of them are lacking water. No, it's too early to be brown because of water. Hérna var gamli bóndabærinn. Here was the old farm before. It used to be a forest. Then it was just birch forest. And people lived here until, what do they say, 1936. And the people who lived there, they always took some wood, but still it was wood when they left, so it grew up again. And then around 1956 or 60, they began to put some trees here. Yeah, skógræktin took it.
These original people that were living here planted as well?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
They didn't plant anything. It was just birch forest, yeah. They left 1936. Then people in Iceland didn't get any trees.
Right.
No, it was first 40, 50, 60 mostly began to plant. But here the remains and also there. And then these trees were not here. Maybe some birch trees, mostly they were more down the birch trees. Yeah.
And how long have you been the chairperson?
I don't remember. maybe 12 years, 15 years, I don't remember. So they planted a lot of trees, mostly from 60 or 58, I think. Then next 20 years, and then they planted too narrow, most of them.
Okay.
So it's very steep, so it's very difficult to take them away because they are too narrow. But we have not gresjun, við höfum ekki gresjað mikið smávegis. Það kostar of mikið. Við höfum ekki fengið greitt fyrir trén nema lítið.
They haven't thinned so much because it costs a lot, but it would be good for trees to get some light coming in.
Do you have volunteers that help you maintain the forest?
No, not well, little bit. We are volunteers in the board, but then we buy things. Of course, we have to buy the cutting and buy. Yeah, we are not planting anymore, but if we cut trees, of course, we have to buy that. Everywhere we have walking paths, but yeah. And they are free, so for like you saw down there, you can go around. That is maybe 10 years ago we made these walking paths. It's nice, few people who walk them. Here we have cut trees, like you see. And then they planted a little bit of Christmas trees in it, but now they are too big, thinner, and some Christmas trees. And here I want to see it. He cut trees newly. This path you couldn't drive, but probably you can drive it now. But I'm not going with you. But it's nicely done. I see it.
Yeah.
It's very nicely done. It's a new cut up, so you can drive it or walk it. It's a walking path, and drive it with a tractor. Maybe not with a jeep, but that's nice. I see it was well done by him. Okay.
It's nice that you can drive through the whole forest too.
Yeah, that's important. And then we have put some signs for trees, what the name is and so on. And earlier we took a lot of Christmas trees here, but we cannot anymore. They're most of them not good for selling, the smaller ones. So the large trees are getting bigger. So það eru mjög stór tré. Þau eru frá 1960. Þau eru sem sagt 80 ára gömul. Þau eru mjög stór og þau eru stærri en að neðan við.
Yeah, these pines that you can see, they were planted in the 60s.
Yeah, maybe a little bit later, these ones, 70 maybe. This is our house, þetta er húsið okkar og closet hérna. Þetta sýnir ykkur það. Hérna koma, þeir sem koma í skóginn, þeir geta komið nesti og drukkið hérna. Þetta sýnir ykkur hús. One toilet here, and there are also people who come to fish in the sea, in the river, and they use it also. And this man, he lived here and worked here, and he built this house. That's lovely. Oh, Sigurður Skúlason. Já.
Amazing.
A lot of people are coming now here to pick berries. Red berries by them. Það eru ber sem eru kallið hrútaber. Þau eru hérna.
Oh, okay.
Já, hrútaber. Ég hef ekki skrifað. 31. 8. Ef þið viljið skrifa ykkur.
Yeah, you have to sign.
That's how. This was the old, þetta er gamalt hús sem var hérna áður en þetta var byggt. Yeah. Skógræktin áttu starfsmenn notuðu þetta. Það var aðeins lengur og ég sýni ykkur hvað það var og ég getur labbað þangað. Þetta er rétt hérna hjá. Þessu skúrinn var.
Was this man part of the Forest Association?
He was working for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the worker who planted many, well, with among many others, but then he was worker for this from 1973 he was the head of this forest. I mean, he planted on, and the people from Skógræktin had planted it till then, and he also a little bit, but then from 73 he was here to 92.
Oh, wow.
And then he planted and cut trees in this time. Yeah. And then he got acquainted with a woman, and she came here and lived with him in the summer, maybe 1 month or so, each summer, just small time. And then they moved to Húsavík, and then he died too early. He was not so old when he died.
Duglegur.
Já, mjög duglegur.
Duglegur is a word we use a lot in Iceland to say really hardworking, really committed.
Dedicated.
Mjög duglegur. Vigdís is one of the former president of Iceland. She's the last woman to have been president. And you know, she was like a super strong woman, inviting both Gorbachev and people from the US during the Cold War. And she was super interested in trees and so on. So she gave a lot of birch. And she created the Yrkjafund we manage.
It was 100 years ago that Skógræktarfélag Íslands gave every Skógræktarfélag 35 years since he was elected president and 100 years when we women we could vote. It was 2015. 1915 it was the first time women could vote in Iceland.
That's before the U.S.
So then Skógræktarfélag Íslands sendi öllum skógræktarfélögum tré og þau gróðursettir.
So the Icelandic Forestry Association sent birki to all the associations for that occasion.
Og hérna voru gróðursett, hérna lengra eru lerkitré sem voru gróðursett. Þetta eru 70, minnum mig þegar voru 90 ár frá þegar konur fengu kosningar. Þetta var kvenfélög sem gróðursetta, women's companies, gróðursettu þessi lerkitré.
They were planting larch here.
Larches. There's a lot of larches there.
Yeah.
That's latest, biggest, what was planted. It's still a long time. I think it's maybe 30 years now.
Okay.
Do you think women generally are more interested in forestry, or is it about the same?
I think it's about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's about the same. Many men also are interested in forestry. So I think we are equal, really. But this one is called kvennalundur because vegna þess að konur gróðursettu það eru kvennalundur.
Yeah, it's called the Women's Grove because the Women Association used to plant it.
Já, kvenfélögin hérna á svæðinu plantuðu.
Kvinna is the word for woman.
Okay, that's one I should know. Do other presidents show an interest, or other leaders, or
no,
is it
she
just
has
this one?
been the one who has shown most interest and a lot of interest, the most, And then the next president after her, he didn't show interest, Ólafur Ragnar, and then the president now shows a little interest, but he shows interest in everything, also in this, but not so much like she. She showed a lot of interest. She understood that it was important to let Iceland not go away, blow away, so to put vegetation in it and forest.
And I guess forestry really started a lot after her. She really initiated something, didn't she?
Yeah, no, it was already there, but it was stronger because of her.
Yeah.
I guess more people found out about it as well. It became like a public.
From other countries mostly. Of course, Icelanders knew it also, but from other countries. She always took them to plant, and then it came in the news. They planted with this, and they put some money in it also. Then more money was put in it because the presidents from every country who came here, they always planted one tree, or 2 trees, or 3 trees, some trees, with her.
That's a different form of diplomacy.
Yeah.
It's like diplomacy through forestry.
Yeah. This is wild birch tree everywhere. They grow wild, of course, but the other trees are planted. A lot of beautiful big ones here. Blágreni.
Do you have any idea how many trees you've planted?
I planted.
Yeah.
Here or at home.
Just in your life.
In my life. Maybe 50,000 at home mostly.
Wow.
Here is the road up, walking path up here, and here you can also walk down here, this path. It's not so well clear here, this one, but still. And this one is, we have taken trees here in between, so it's
looks better.
Better, yeah.
Are you able to enjoy this space, or do you just see all of the things that need to happen?
Well,
Maybe both.
I enjoy it, of course, but I don't come often here. It's not so often too, but enough. I have my own wood. I don't need to go here to see the wood. Yeah. So, are you? Have you learned about forestry, or you're interested in?
I'm just interested, yeah. It's not something I've really participated in, although I grew up in really beautiful natural spaces.
Yeah.
But I think what has drawn me to this is just the uniqueness of the history of forestry here.
Mm-hmm.
And this effort, the way it is linked to the history of the settlement on the island as well. So the fact that you are all trying to repopulate the island with trees is both sort of, like, I see the ecological and kind of functional purposes for that, but it's also, to me, like a very beautiful poetic metaphor to create spaces for people beyond your own legacy, right? Like beyond your lifetime, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But I am particularly interested in women in forestry. And it seems like, based on some of my other conversations, that women have been really good at creating more community in the spaces, or that's been a theme that I've noticed.
Okay, not with us maybe.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's what women do everywhere, so why not in the forest?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's something that I didn't know so many women did. I guess I had a kind of certain perception of it in Nordic countries, being predominantly men. So I was just sort of happy to see that, learn more about it.
We always go, we have each summer something where we go show one forest, not always this one, many others in our area, because we are a big area. Mm-hmm. So we go to a new place each summer nearly to look at forest, or look at sometimes forest at home by people, because many of our forests are at home by people that own it, but they have got some plants still. First they got plants from us, from this small Skógræktarfélag. They always got the plants there, and the forests have grown because of that. Otherwise they wouldn't be there.
So there are a lot of forests within your association, right?
Yeah, maybe not a lot, but some, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There is a lot of forests. We are above some other forestries. There is forestry in Húsavík, what do you call it? Skógræktarfélag sem sagt. Skógræktarfélag in Húsavík. And Skógræktarfélag where I live, Fnjóskadal. I can show you on the road home what we have done in Fnjóskadal. And then in Reykjadalur, there is forestry also, with own forest, and we are above it all.
Okay.
So, and then two of them in Svalbardstrand, in Eyjafjörður, and in Reykjavík, they don't have their own forest, but they give their members trees to put in their own land. Okay. Small forests which the people have themselves. And that's also, earlier it was here everywhere that people got plants to plant in their own land.
So it sounds like you're very connected to all the other communities in this area.
Yeah, we are above them. Our forestry is above them. We have 5 underneath us.
Okay.
So now we go here, down road. Yeah. But they are more or less not anymore living. They are dying. That's not nice. Like by us, people don't want to work anymore in this. They want to do things themselves, but not together in these places where they don't have their own place. But in these two forests where people get their plants themselves, they do something by themselves, but not anymore so much to common.
Okay.
So it's earlier people in Iceland did much more together, but now they're more individuals.
I see.
Like everywhere, I think.
Yep.
Þekkirðu fuglana? Veistu hvað fuglarnir heita á íslensku?
Já.
Veistu hvað fuglarnir heita á íslensku?
Já, það var spóa.
Já, gott hjá þér.
Já. Og það
Hefurðu gaman af fuglum?
Já, there is a song. There is a song about him.
Já, það söngur til hann.
Já.
Sá ég spóa suður í flóa.
Jú, einmitt.
Já.
There's a song about this bird.
Oh.
And if I'm correct, when you see this bird coming back to Iceland, you know spring is coming.
Oh.
Já, og lóan frekar.
Or a loa.
Já. Já. Mikið af fuglum. Það sjáum við hérna, þar sem við vorum komin aftur. Við fórum Kvennabrekka, hana lengst. Kvennabrekka hana lengst til hægri. On the right side, Kvennabrekka, and then we went down. We didn't go up the higher road, just down the yellow road first, and then the blue, and then the grey back.
Okay.
No?
1943 was the association
The
created.
first, first. Skógræktarfélag Suður-Þingeyinga 1943. Okay, it's okay for you.
Oh yeah, this was great. Yeah, thank you.
Then we drive on, and then we can drive together home and have some blueberries if you want.
That sounds great.